Hey guys, this is Jason at KUIU. I'm here with Todd Harney, our equipment specialist and inventory specialist here at KUIU. And I wanted to take you guys through some of the products we're now carrying. And it's products that we don't make, but we have used, tested, and proven in the field. We've got them on our gear list. We recommend them to customers. And now we've set up dealerships with Cascade Designs and also with Petzl to add in some products that we really believe in and use in the field. And why don't we maybe start with the knives that we're carrying, which is the Havalon Piranha Edge knife. And why do you like this knife, Todd, for our customers?
They're extremely lightweight. No reason to carry a sharpener.
That's what I like about it too.
Yeah,
You use
replaceable blades. So basically, you have a razor sharp knife all the time, even down to the shape of the blade. I mean, for caping capes off, skinning, gutting, just a real versatile knife. Bomb-proof.
Yep, and I think weight savings, and then the fact you don't have to bring a sharpener is what I like about it. And if you're going to cape, you can get down and get those tight little edges
around the eye, the gums, everything.
Yep.
And on top of it all, $40, less than $40.
Yep, great product. Something new we've just added we added as we've become a dealer for MSR is their new reactor 1 liter stove.
Right.
It's an amazing product.
Yeah, these are awesome. A little bit heavier, 14.7 ounces for the pot and the stove, but what it lacks in weight, which is still pretty light stove, makes up for in longevity of fuel on long trips.
Yeah, super efficient. I mean, it boils water like that.
Yeah, we tested it out in high winds next to standard stoves with no wind protection. It blows everything else away as far as boiling times. Another thing that's cool about this, at high altitude, it has a pressure regulator, so the effects of altitude aren't going to impact the boiling times.
And I've had that problem a lot when you're hunting above timberline,
right?
Like for mule deer or for sheep.
Yeah,
you just can't get water
6-7
boiled.
minutes with a lot of stoves over 12,000 feet. This thing you're still saving a lot of fuel boiling water.
And then it packs down right inside the pot, so it's one
so basically
unit.
it's one self-containing unit, like Jason says. Has a fold-out handle, which is convenient. A lid with holes in it, so if you have to strain off water, simple.
Yep.
Real quick, you can put your fuel inside. Smells good. That goes in there.
The lid goes right on the top.
Lid right on top. So, I mean, just like that, there's your whole stove system.
Yep. Yeah, I love that product.
Yeah. Titanium as well.
And then we added in the MSR multi-tool spoon, so it's got some cooking utility on the back.
Yeah, for some stoves, if you don't have the reactor, you might have something else that uses this tool portion, but I mean, it's a titanium spoon, less than an ounce.
Yep.
Plenty long enough to get into the bottom of your mountain house meal.
And now we're carrying hydration systems for a pack, and I absolutely love the Platypus. I've been using Platypus for probably 15 years and swear by them. They're really durable, they're really light and packable, and we're carrying them in the 2 liter, and then I know we're also carrying them in the 3 liter.
Yeah, 3 liter also. I mean, I've been using the same one of mine for 3 or 4 years, never had a problem, and it sits outside all the time, drags through the rocks.
And then what I like to do is I'll bring a spare bladder just in case.
Right.
I've never had to switch out a bladder because I have one that leaks. But then also at night I'll take this extra bladder that's got just a normal lid on it. I'll fill it up with water, and that's going to go in my tent with me at night because I always get thirsty at night after a big day. And we've got some replacement nozzles, which I had not used until you brought these in, and I really like it.
Yeah, it's hard to beat. These come with a standard bite valve. They're great for when you're actually hiking and drinking your water out of them. The problem that I've run into is, you get in a rush, you see an animal or something, you want to glass it, you set your pack down in a hurry, that gets trapped between your pack and the ground or a rock or what have you, and you're leaking water all over. So this eliminates that.
You just switch those out. It's great accessory.
Easy.
Now that we're running sleeping bags, what kind of started the whole process with and getting involved with Cascade Designs was I wanted to carry the Thermarest Neo Airs, and their X Lite in particular, because I've used this air mattress a lot over the last couple of years since they've come out with it, and great results. It's really light. It's reliable, and it's. I mean, you've slept on it. It
Yeah.
works fantastic.
You know, they're relatively easy to blow up. You know, 15 deep breaths or whatever. So that's not a problem. The short is 8 ounces. The regular comes in at 12 ounces. And the long, which is considerably larger and wider, you get extra width with the long, a pound, 16 ounces. And you know, you feel these things. It's hard to believe the strength that comes out of them. But I mean, sitting in
Yeah, they're
some
bomber.
pretty nasty stuff,
Oh, yeah,
just as a sitting pad, even they hold up.
I've never had one go flat on me
Right.
yet. And I personally wanted to bring in the short, and it's really comes down and just covers your hips. But then what I do is in like the one man tent is I'll shove my pack, turn it over to where it's a suspension side up, and then I put my feet on my pack. I use the short, and that's going to save me 8 ounces compared to the long.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how I like to run my system for my
Right.
packs is shave every ounce I
Actually,
can.
even testing out our tents a while back, we had a big snowstorm. I ran up there for the night and used the regular with directly, you know, snow in the tent floor underneath me in a 30-degree bag, and I never felt cold come up from the bottom. So
No, I haven't either.
really impressive.
Yeah, they're really insulative.
Yeah.
I'll throw these back up here, and then some products that we're also carrying that we signed up with Petzl, because I'm a big believer in their headlamps, and we've brought a range of headlamps in for our customer base, which is going to be a range of headlamps that's probably a little bit different than you're going to find in any other hunting retailer. I mean, these are top of the line Petzl headlamps, and something that I have experienced up north is coming back late at night in a storm and needing a lot of lumens to see where I'm going and keep myself from getting off into trouble, like a cliff out or a big boulder field or something nasty. And I've been stuck in some situations without a really bright headlamp, and really wish I had something that would really reach out in bad situations. And Petzl's come out with a new technology called reactive lighting, which you got to experience now. I've been using for the last year and a half, and it adjusts the amount of light that comes out of your headlamp depending on what you're doing and what you're looking at. So if you look down, the light will actually dim. If you look up, it'll go to max brightness.
Right, and not only will it dim, it'll actually flood at closer distance, and it'll concentrate the further you look out.
Yep, exactly. And so it makes the batteries last longer. It makes it more efficient, and you don't have to continually adjust the lighting. And then what's also great about these is how bright they are.
Right.
And this model in particular, the reactive lighting technology on the Petzl Tika RXP, it goes up to, what's the lumens on this one?
I believe that one's 240.
So this one goes up to 240. The now reactive light goes up to 355, which is incredibly bright.
Yeah.
And then another light that we're carrying, which isn't reactive, but for people that are professional guides or myself that just want something that's really bright, and I know I'm spending a lot of time coming back in the dark, is this bad boy with the Ultra Rush. And it's a 700 lumen light.
Yeah.
It's really set up for caving and for, you know, hardcore nighttime travel. But if you want something that's really bright, it's a hard light to beat.
Yeah. I mean, we've already sold these to a few customers, and you know, they're blown away.
Yeah.
Repeat customers actually on these certain guides who just need to have them in camp.
Yeah.
This little guy here is actually pretty cool. You can take this, the Petzl E-Light, and it has a draw cord on it. So what you can do with this is you can run it through your shoulder strap at night if you just need a little light on the trail, or you know, if you have your headlamp but you also want a beam in front of you to keep your footing. You can wrap that through your shoulder strap, around and back onto it, so it makes something like that, and turn it on. I mean, these things run forever too. It's actually an emergency light, but it's real versatile. You can hang it in your tent with the draw cord. You can set it down basically on the ground if you just wanted, cooking, whatever.
Reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my system when I'm on a sheep pen is I'm typically carrying the Now with reactive lighting, and then I'm using the E-Light as my backup. And if I'm hunting in lower 48s, I might go down to this light here as if I'm not going to be spending as much time out
Right.
coming back at late at night and at dark.
Mm-hmm.
They're all great choices and something we recommend to all of our customers as part of their system. Really, all this whole range of products.
Yeah. I
So
mean, there's plenty of specs we didn't hit on, but they're all listed on the website.
anyways, that's the new range of products that we're carrying. And if you've got product ideas or suggestions that we're not carrying, we'd love to hear from you. So email customer service and let us know. Let's continue to round out our gear list.
Right. Yeah. Next on the list is Sunto watches. We're gonna try and get a couple models from them in here.
Yeah. Yep. The Ambit 2 is pretty sweet.
Right.
Yep. All right. So thanks for tuning in.